Very good morning, dear students. Today I'll be discussing load flow studies PSA 2. It comes under module 1. Myself, SM Bagi, Tripling Department, BRDCET Vijaypura. So this load flow studies is very important in power system. So here we are going to study the power system analysis, steady state analysis, its solution of the power system networks and all, and modeling. Modeling we are doing overall power system networks and all. Here we are going to study the network model formulation, formulation of Y bus by singular transformations will be there. And in this network model formulations, here we are going for basics and all. And this basics it is covered here. In this, if you want to form different methods like singular transformations will be there. To go through with this, you have to understand what is graph, what is tree, what is code tree, what is primitive networks, derivations and all will be there. I think in network analysis you have studied maybe. So with this basics is very important. If basics is clear, then different techniques will be there. So where we are using different techniques to solve the problems of power system, and these are the simple methods they have given. So different methods we are analyzing different problems of power system, simplest to complex problems. Okay, so in this network model formulations and all, we'll understand what is power, real power, reactive power, and how to write current, and what is impedance, what is admittance, and same thing how to specify in terms of matrix and all. And here singular transformations, primitive networks, we are going to study the basics. With this basics, we'll go for different load for problems and all will be there. And those problems we are understanding in different methods, that is like Gauss-Seidel method, Newton-Raphson, decoupled, fast decoupled. And module 1, module 2, both are combined here. Combined in the sense they have differentiated, but it is continued. Whatever we study in module 1, it is continued to module 2. And these are all basics here. And one thing in transmission systems, power systems, so many losses will be there, so many factors will be there which will affect overall power system operation and all. Sometime there will be loss will be there, sometime there will be shutdown of the supply, and it may sometime if any changes it may happen in generator sections and all, in transmission lines and all. So now it is very much complicated to analyze manually and all. So that's why the computer techniques plays a very important role, and latest methods will be the techniques will be there, so that we can solve the problems of the power system and all. And this power system network, if you see nowadays, it is if network in the sense obviously it is highly complicated, and it consisting of various buses and all will be there. Okay, buses, transmission links will be there, different load flow studies will be there. So calculation may be extensive. Okay, so the before inventing these digital computers and all, so whatever they are going for calculating load flow studies, it became tedious. It was tedious and time consuming. Obviously, this calculation of load flow studies is not a simple way, because so many things will be there. Every day updating of the values will be there. So obviously this generation and consumption, so how much it is utilized, current, voltage, real power, reactive power, so all those calculations and all. And it was become different buses will be there, and sometime if you see 10 bus connected, 100,000 buses like that. So the network may be vast here, but in your problematic you have done simple networks calculation, but practically here vast network. So to calculate those, these studies become very tedious, and it will be time consuming also. So that's why to overcome those concept, so now they are going for digital computers. Okay, digitally, obviously digital it consumes less space, so time consumes also, obviously it won't consume that much of time. So but we want that only. So now the word is totally digital, right? Okay, so all kinds of power system studies, whatever load flow studies will be there. So now conveniently with smooth way we can carry out using digital computers. Okay, so with this basics, so they have given some basics regarding network model formulation. This is the topic 1 of module 1, network model formulation. So here see, just have a look. This is generation, right? So this is the generation consisting of, that is connected to bus. From this bus, that is given to so many transmission lines, transmission as well as load side. Okay, and here the flow whatever they have given, that is current. Okay, generation, transmission, and distribution you can call. So this is one form of general form. So generators, loads as well as transmission lines are connected. And if you see the power, so they can define the power, total power, that is from generation as well as demand. Okay, so whatever the generation minus demand. Okay, so this power, generation power, whatever this whatever we are getting, SGI, this is transmission. So how much we are getting here? How much generated power minus this load side. So this is the total power it will be there. Okay, bus power. Okay, what is that bus power? Bus power nothing but power injected by generator minus power injected by loads. Okay, generation minus loads. This is basic. Okay, and if this is all general, some equations will be there, because these are all equations are very important for further derivations and all. So generation, okay, complex power. Here we are dealing with so many complex powers. Okay, so you can call power SGI power. Yes, you can call power here. Yes, I'll be taking as a power. So this is real and reactive power. Okay, generation will be real generation. That is total generation will be total power nothing but real power plus reactive power towards generation. Total power towards generation will be real power reactive power, PGI plus JQI. JQGI, G means generation side, and this is demand power. Total demand power nothing but, what is total demand power here? Total demand power nothing but PDI minus QDI. What is this P? Power demand. Real power demand, reactive power demand. So therefore, total power is nothing but real power plus reactive power. Right? Total power nothing but real power plus reactive power. So with this, we'll go for here. You can, this is nothing but power. Same thing you can go for current also. Current, what is this current? Total current generation minus demand. So how much generation is there? If you remove that demand, so total current you will be getting. But main concept is what? We have to maintain the total continuity of supply in power systems and all. These are all basics. This is generation and different this what this bus is connected to another substations and the transmission lines and all. It is splitted. Okay, so bus, it is a bus injected to transmission lines and all. Obviously we'll get different substations and all will be getting. So these are all the different starting in network formulation they have specified. And what is this relationship between, next topic will be relationship between bus current and bus voltage. So what is current and voltage? How will relate? And in PSA 1 you have studied regarding different matrix and all. Okay, current you are writing, just I'll be taking that equation so that I won't go for depth here. If I glance what you have studied previous, it will be easy to understand. Okay, so this you know, I think so. The current nothing but I is equals to Y into V. What is I? Current, bus current, and this is admittance. And this is V bus voltage, and whatever admittance we are taking, this is bus we are taking, means this is matrix form, different buses. Okay, bus I is equals to Y into V. I current depending upon voltage in terms of admittance form. And same thing if you write in terms of voltage, V is equals to Z into I. Okay, so what is this? How to write current and voltage in terms of admittance impedances? So this and this is nothing but a matrix. Y bus. This is a Y bus matrix. Y bus matrix consisting of Y. This is admittance matrix. This is just admittance matrix. This is bus admittance matrix. This is just admittance. So this is nothing but primitive admittance matrix. Understand the concept? This just a Y, whatever you are taking, this is primitive admittance matrix, and this is Y bus. Here it consisting of independent elements, which is not connected to any other elements. That is nothing but primitive element, that I'll discuss next. That is nothing but primitive element. Okay, I bus is equals to Y bus into V bus. So this is a matrix. In this matrix, it consisting of, it is 4 bus system, 4 bus, 5 bus, 4 cross 4, 5 cross whatever. Okay, diagonal, and that to square matrix. And whatever diagonal elements we are getting, these are diagonal and these are off diagonals. Y11, Y22, Y33, Y44, all are diagonal elements. Remaining all are what? Off diagonal elements. Okay. So it consisting of self admittance as well as mutual, you can call. Okay. Diagonal elements are nothing but self admittance, and this is mutual admittance. Self admittance what here? Y11, Y22, Y33 self. Mutual, Y12 is equals to Y21, or Y31 is equals to Y13, like that. Mutual, that is mutual. Okay, and whatever matrix we are getting I bus, this is n cross n, n into 1, and this is also n into 1, this is also n into, this Y bus is n into n. This is what Y bus, you are getting n number of rows, and but only one column. Okay, this is also n number of rows, one column, this one Y bus, V bus. And what about Y bus? N into n, n number of rows and n number of columns. So therefore, same thing if you write in terms of voltage, V is equals to Z bus into I bus. So this is admittance bus and this is impedance bus. So always, sometime in exam, they may ask form admittance value, impedance values by using different methods like singular transformation, as well as if you go for singular transformation will be there, inspection methods and all will be there. Okay, so therefore Z bus is inverse of Y bus, or Y bus is inverse of Z bus. Okay, and this one we can form by using inspection method also, we can calculate. Okay, so this is regarding how to relate current as well as voltage. What to remember here, I bus is equals to Y bus into V bus, and what about V bus is equals to Z bus into I bus. Okay, so and here just now I told all y11, y22 all are diagonal values. Okay, and remaining whatever you will be getting off diagonal values. Diagonal off diagonal values forms the matrix of Y bus. And okay, with this let us go for I told primitive networks. What is this actually? Primitive networks and some algorithms. So this and all algorithms, no need. Basics will be there. Main topics I'll discuss, which is important regarding for exam point of view, will be there. Okay, that I'll be going to here. Okay, to form the Y bus, whatever singular transformation. So this graphs, trees, co-trees are very much important. What is graph? What is oriented graph? What is tree? What is co-tree? With this basic, if it is clear, then regarding singular transformation, primitive networks and inspection methods are we can go for easily. Okay, see, just have a look. What is graph? See, the graph consisting of elements as well as nodes. Okay, and it may be consisting of whatever resistors will be there, capacitor, components, source will be there. So now what you have to do, all these source, whatever components, all are replaced by elements thick line, and remaining whatever these nodes will be there. Okay, networks, dots, circles, that is replaced by nodes. This and all these components are replaced by thick lines. All these are thick lines. Okay, so this is nothing but graph. This is just a graph. Okay, graph consisting of only nodes as well as elements. So now same thing if you want to form a oriented graph. If you provide direction, that is nothing but direction of current, that is nothing but oriented graph. And every graph there will be a reference point, will be the reference line. Okay, and this if I take this is one, I may take as reference, that is reference bus, slack bus you can call. The bus which is connected to generating point of view, that is slack bus. Main bus, highest whatever voltage will be there that side, that is reference bus. I may take as 1 as reference, or if you take this is 0 as reference bus. Okay, this is just a graph consisting of nodes, and you can call this are all elements nothing but lines. Okay, so now these elements I'll define as branches as well as links. Okay, so just have a look. This is nothing but what here? This is nothing but oriented graph. The graph consisting of direction. Okay, direction here. The graph consists of direction, oriented graph. So now with this, let us go for just now I told. Okay, if you take this, if I this whatever the graph is there, if I draw like this, so remaining this is just a tree consisting of nodes. These are all nodes and only branches. Here it may be subgraph, but actually it is a tree consisting of only thick lines, branches. And tree forms without, it won't form any loops. Okay, tree consisting of only branches, thick lines. So I'll be taking an example so that it will be clear for you. Just wait. Okay, it may look complex, but simple example I'll take so to understand for you people. Okay, so now what you have to do here, so what is that formulas we are going to use here? Just wait, I'll take one example so that it will clear for your what is this graph and all those things. It will be easy to understand. Okay, I'll be taking one simple example. Just take this. Okay, so now this is one graph they have given. Same graph I'll be writing these buses, I'll take it as nodes. Okay, so this is one graph. This graph consisting of how many elements will be there? 1 2 3 4 5. How many? 5 elements. How many nodes? 1 2, 3, 4. Total 4 nodes, 5 elements. This element is nothing but E is equals to B plus L. Element is nothing but branches plus links. Branches nothing but thick lines, L. Links nothing but dotted lines. So therefore, out of these 5 elements, how many branches, how many links? L links plus branches nothing but elements. Okay. So now, what is this branch? What is this link here? First, you have to find link. L is equals to E minus N minus 1. This is the formula. You remember this. E is number of elements. How many elements here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minus how many nodes here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 minus 1. So how many you are getting here? 2 links. And what about branches? How many branches? If 2 links are there, obviously left out how many elements are here? 1, 2, 3. Okay, you don't need to calculate this. Otherwise, you can calculate. B is equals to E minus L. 5 minus 2, that is 3. Okay. So 3 branches, 2 links. 3 plus 2 is nothing but 5. Okay. So out of these 5 elements, 3 are branches, 2 are links. Okay. So now here we are studying randomly, which we can provide branches as well as links. But some techniques are there, good techniques are there. So there will in building algorithm. Okay, in lab also we'll be getting one topic, building algorithm. So there we are going to study how to form the network step by step of analysis of the network by adding links as well as branches. Now randomly I'll provide links. I'll take this 4, 5. Starting increasing order 1, 2, 3 I'll take as branch, remaining I'll take link. Okay, here I am taking randomly, and increasing order you have to take. Don't take it as 1 is branch, 2 is link. 1, 2, 3 increasing order of these numbers you take. But in exam, if they specify like 1, 3, 5 is branch, means you have to specify those 3 are thick lines. Okay, getting it? If they won't provide, then you take your reference as 1, 2, 3 are branch, remaining 4, 5 and link. Okay, 2 links they told. And link always forms loops. See, if I remove these links, open. Okay, open loop. So if I add this 4 here, this link, so it will form a loop here. If I add 5 with this in between 2 and 4, this link, it will form a loop. So how many loops here? 2 loops. Okay. So number of links, nothing but number of links is equals to number of loops. So 2 links, 2 loops. Number of branches is equals to number of cut sets. Actually, cut set and all, it is not there for your syllabus. Previous it was there. Okay. So what I told, number of branches nothing but number of cut sets, number of links nothing but number of loops. Okay. With this concept, I'll here main concept as what I'm going to discuss is element to node incidence matrix and bus incidence matrix, because A cap and A is very important for singular transformations and all. So many methods will be there in Gauss-Seidel methods and all. This is the basic. If this is clear, then any problem you can do. Starting this is actually okay. So what is this element to node incidence matrix? Element and node, the name itself indicates element to node. E, N. How many elements here? Total 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements. How many nodes? How many nodes are there? Total 2 nodes. Okay. Sorry. How many nodes? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 nodes. 4 nodes, 5 elements. See, 5 elements, 4 nodes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 elements are there, 4 nodes are there. Then how to form this? And element is a nothing but it is a line. A line is joined between 2 nodes. That is nothing but element. A line is joined between 2 nodes. That is nothing but an element. Okay. So now this 1 is in between node 1 and 2. Okay. So now this, whatever this node is there, and this is towards 2. Towards 2 you have to take negative, away you have to take positive. Towards 2, negative, away, positive. Keep in mind. And second element is in between 1 and 2. Oh, sorry, 1 and 3. Towards 3. So here you are getting minus 1 and here plus 1. Third element is in between 3 and 4. So this is towards 4, this direction. Here minus 1 and here plus 1. And this fifth element is in between 2 and 4. So this is towards 4 and away 2. So towards you will be getting negative and away positive. So this is the, it's not like that you have to take towards only. But this concept we are taking for all problems. You can reverse also, you will be getting negative values, but don't take that. Okay. So same thing I'll be using here in this matrix. So first element is in between 1 and 2. Okay. First element is in between 1 and, see, first element is in between 1 and 2. So direction is towards 2, negative. First element is in between 1 and 2. Okay. Second element is in between 1 and 3. So towards is 3. Third element is in between 3 and 4. Towards 4. 4 minus 1 you are getting. Fourth element is in between 1 and 2. Towards 2. Fourth element is in between 1 and 2. Towards 2. Fifth element, check it. Fifth element 2 and 4. Towards 4. Towards 4. So now this is nothing but element to node incidence matrix. And this one, whatever it is there, and in element to node, once if you form A cap, you have to get it A. What is A? Element to bus. What it indicates, these all nodes, if you remove these, all nodes are replaced by bus. When it will replace? When reference line, if you remove, reference node, if you remove, the remaining nodes are act as buses. Here I'll take one as reference. So you can take anyone, and as per exam point of view, if they specify any bus as a reference, so that specific bus you have to take it as reference. So now I'll be taking one as reference. This, if you remove this node, then remaining nodes act as bus. Now therefore element to node incidence matrix is converted to element to bus incidence matrix. Okay, so this is element to bus. So here before it was element to node. So now here element to bus. Okay, so now bus means one is removed. Only 2, 3, 4 now it is act as a bus, not nodes. Keep in mind. And now here, if you see this here, so now this is act as what? Nodes, but here it is bus. Same thing. So what you have to do here? So what you have to do here? So if you see this, so now first reference you have to remove. First reference 1. So this full column you have to delete. So now remaining only 3 columns are left out. So this is nothing but element to bus incidence matrix. Okay. So now what and all we have discussed here? We have discussed element to bus incidence matrix, how to form by a particular oriented graph A cap and A. With using this A cap and A, we'll go for derivations for singular transformations, because in singular transformations we form the what derivation like y bus is equals to A of y into A transpose. A transpose into y will be there. Okay, because there A is very much needed. So how to form this A cap? Once you form element to node incidence matrix, so from that A cap you will be getting A. A is nothing but element to bus incidence matrix. So this is the basic. With this basic we'll go for different techniques, derivations and all. Okay, so now this will be taking and for next derivation. Thank you.